Hi guys, welcome to my channel where we talk about everything from tech to films and all the fun stuff in between. So, a brand new start for a brand new year, and let's all hope that this year is totally virus free and life gets back to normal. I wish you all a very happy new year and thank you all for supporting my channel and all your amazing comments. So, a new year and a new video. And this time it's not going to be Apple, but it's going to be my other love, which is PlayStation. See, unfortunately, I did miss the pre-order rush for the PS5, so it's going to be a long wait for me. So I thought, let me relive a couple of those amazing moments in my PlayStation journey. It's kind of a self-preservation thing, and maybe you could come along the journey and relive yours alongside. For me, it all started with the amazing PlayStation 2, and the one which I bought was the Prince of Persia Sands of Time edition. What an amazing game that was. I left out my PS2 when we were moving house. It's really a dumb move. Had I known that I would be starting a YouTube channel, I would have saved it in my collector's shelf. But I can only recollect all those fond memories which I had with the PlayStation 2, especially playing that first game, Prince of Persia Sands of Time. That simply was amazing. Sands of Time was everything which I wanted a game to be, and then some. That amazing gameplay, story, the ending, and your trusty companion Farah. The game showcases one of the best system co-op play modes ever, and it was so exciting. Sands of Time is one of my all-time favorite games, guys, and as soon as the remake is out, I'm going to buy that one. And then the hits kept on rolling. Medal of Honor, Rising Sun, and then 007, Everything or Nothing. That was one of my favorite James Bond games ever. That along with Bloodstone. The third-person perspective James Bond games for me are just the best, and I'm hoping that the future Project 007 for PlayStation 5 will be from the third person's perspective. And then one of the last games which I kept playing for a long time. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Those countless hours of fun. It was simply amazing. And then came one of the most important gadgets in my life. Imagine how cool it would be to take all that PS2 power along with you on the go. So all that amazing games catalog along with you so you can get your game on at any place. And that's what the PSP offered. The PlayStation Portable. I still have the original PSP with me, and actually I was counting the days until this released. And once I got my hands on it, I was utterly blown away by that high-def gaming. I know it feels a little bit low-key in comparison today, but back then it was totally a killer. And it felt insane in comparison with what Nintendo was offering. Sony has a reputation for introducing new formats, and with the PSP, they bring us UMDs. I can only remember the hours of gameplay on it, guys. Those lengthy, boring commutes to work totally became super exciting. My colleagues in London even used to joke about me getting mugged, flashing around this shiny piece of tech on London's undergrounds. But that didn't stop me from whipping it out as soon as I found a place to sit in that crowded tubes. Wipeout Pure and Ridge Racer was one of the launch titles, and oh boy, I did do some serious racing on that games. But PSP was not all about games for me. If you follow my channel, then you'll know my love towards films, and PSP with its UMD movies for me felt like my own personal portable cinema player. Let me show you a part of my UMD film collection. I probably am amongst that very elite group of people who spend their hard-earned money on UMD films. Nonetheless, I do own some of the classics, and the very first one which I bought was Matrix. Not the first one, but the second one, Matrix Reloaded. I know people like the first one better, but for me, that highway chase scene. Okay, it's Warner Brothers, so I can't even show you a peep without getting flagged for copyright. But you do recollect, right? The most iconic scene. I had to own that movie on PSP and watch it whilst commuting to work. Then the hits kept on rolling. Mostly I did pick up anything that was on sale as these were expensive. And before they completely faded out, I remember picking a few for like about £3 or £4. And coming back to games, the others besides Ridge Racer, which I loved playing, are 007 from Russia with Love, GTA Liberty City Stories, Tomb Raider Legend. The PSP was the ultimate portable machine for me. And if I had to nitpick a few things, then I did miss that extra left-hand joystick. See, the original PSP only had the right-hand one, and in order to pan around, you had to hold the shoulder button and then use the right stick. I know that the PSP Vita sorted this issue, but yeah, it took a bit of getting used to. So seriously amazing times with the PSP, and I do treasure this so much. I'm not gonna get rid of this anytime, and I'll probably preserve it as much as I could. So you can see I still have the lanyard, and I've got this Logitech hard case. Just ignore the mess, guys. I haven't wiped it thoroughly. But yeah, so my PSP is going to lie within this safely, probably forever. Moving on, it was time for high-def gaming and storage formats bigger than typical DVDs. Sony again decides to bring Blu-ray, competing with HD DVD directly from Microsoft. I saw this competition firsthand as Microsoft lost the battle. I think it was mainly because it wasn't well integrated into the Xbox. Whereas PlayStation practically gave this away by including it in its next-gen console, the PlayStation 3. I still keep this around, guys, as it is an okay Blu-ray player even today, nearly after a decade later. And then with the PS3 came one of the best games which I ever played in my entire life. The Nathan Drake Uncharted series of games. See, Uncharted for me is just perfection. It is the definition of a complete game. And for those who didn't play this, imagine you're watching like a high-end, heavy-budget Hollywood production, say something like Mission Impossible or Indiana Jones, and you are not just watching it, but even controlling the lead character whilst you navigate from one cinematic action set piece to another, along with an amazing supporting cast and a brilliant storyline. And that's how playing these games feels. Boy, every second of that gameplay felt just amazing. And with the second one, Uncharted Amongst Thieves, the gaming studio Naughty Dog took the gameplay to next level. I can just go on and on about Uncharted, guys, but in a nutshell, it's games like these makes me feel glad that I am PS. And then you can see the collection of games. The last one which I bought for my PS3 are the amazing GTA 5, and then another monster of a game that crushes the high bar set by Uncharted games. Again, by the same studio Naughty Dog, it's the game The Last of Us. This game was seriously insane. Again, I can happily say I'm so glad that I went out and bought the PlayStation instead of any other gaming console. And then came Lara Croft, my favorite from that PC era of gaming. Finally, a Lara Croft game worth playing after many failed attempts since that PC era. This Square Enix reboot looked a bit like Resident Evil, but it's got an amazing Lara Croft figuring out her roots with cinematic action set pieces borrowed a bit from the Uncharted game series. And it was just delight playing as that legendary Tomb Raider Lara Croft. So lots of amazing moments and memories with the PS3. And when it came time for upgrading, I did it again because of my favorite game, Uncharted 4 Thieves End. As soon as this was launched, which was a next-gen console exclusive, I ran out and bought the PlayStation 4. Sony did release a slimmer version a month later, but there was no way that I would have waited a month. And this is my current gaming console. So many amazing games. It started with Uncharted 4, Then it was Knack, Ratchet and Clank, Tomb Raider. Actually, Tomb Raider was reserved by Xbox for a year, but as soon as it came out for PS4, I bought the anniversary edition. And then I came across this game which didn't just feel like a game. It was the most heartfelt and emotional ride that will just stay with me forever. Detroit Become Human. Oh my god, what an amazing game this was. Guys, I seriously suggest everyone to play this game. This is just above and beyond. Which led me to dig more about the game maker David Cage, and I went and bought two more of his previous games, Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. Again, they are games like no other. You really need to experience these firsthand, guys. You will be blown away by the sheer brilliance. I seriously hope that David Cage is working on something amazing for the next gen PlayStation 5. Also, I'm a selective gamer, guys. I never kind of binged on game after game. But the lockdown brought exactly that. It started with Sony giving us Uncharted Trilogy for free, so I downloaded and played them back to back. Reliving those amazing Nathan Drake adventures was just amazing. And then I went on and played other titles which I was collecting around but never had time. Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, Spider-Man, and then the amazing Last of Us 2. I waited years for this game, and when it finally got released after so many delays, it was just amazing to play this one, despite its controversial tones and mixed reviews by critics. The next game was supposed to be Marvel's Avengers, which I thought would be amazing with studios like Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics backing it, but it didn't receive so many good reviews. I'll still play it for sure, just need to make time for it. And the other game which I wanted to play for sure is Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is available on PlayStation 4 as well, but I really want to try that game with the amazing ray tracing and the insane haptic controller feedback of that PlayStation 5. So here's hoping that Sony does sort out the availability options for PS5, as it's currently sold out everywhere. Or maybe they will just like this heartfelt video and send one over for me. For the past year with the lockdown, the PlayStation really proved out to be an amazing companion and provided that much needed virtual escape when you couldn't really go out anywhere. And with work at home situation, I have my workplace set up in such a way that with just a flick of a button via the HDMI splitter, I can close off work and then conveniently escape into the amazing adventures of the PlayStation 4. I seriously love this setup, which will be soon replaced by the amazing PlayStation 5. So that sums up my complete journey with the PlayStation. Those moments are really irreplaceable in my life, and I treasure all those memories forever. Thank you, Sony, for making all this possible. And yes, I'm glad that I am PlayStation, and I will be one forever. Here's me signing off, looking forward to the next decade of amazing games, not only for your visual and haptic senses, but also for your heart.